Hi there, I'm Erin Davis and I co-host the morning show on 98.1 CHFI. I've been at the station since 1988 with 2 years off in the middle. This is home and I'm glad you're here. It was 1980 and I didn't really even consider radio as a possibility because there were so few women on the radio. And I would be listening to a CBC station and the show As It Happens. And it was Mary Lou Findlay and Barbara Frum. And I would hear them interviewing parliamentarians and newsmakers, really important men of the day. And that gave me excitement and a little fear for them, like how dare they talk to these men and ask them these questions. But I think that it kind of planted the seed for me that there was more to women in radio. So the landscape at the time, I think there were 4 women in my class at Loyalist College, and I believe 2 of us graduated. I don't manage my career so much as a woman as I used to. For a long time, I struggled with the idea of earning respect. Well, I don't know if there is a gender divide anymore. I would love to think that there's not. It used to be that promotions, for example, was a pink ghetto, if you will, that girls or young women who started in radio and weren't on the air, for example, would end up in promotions because it was like you were the face of the radio station out on the street, and why not have a pretty young female instead of, you know, some guy out there who perhaps doesn't represent as well, and also the females being our target audience. It was a perfect fit. That being said, I don't think that is the case anymore. On air, CHFI probably has as many women as men, if not more. It's kind of nice that I don't even know the count anymore because it used to be pretty darn obvious. My advice to young women is the same as it is to young men, and that would be you are not lesser than, and don't allow yourself to be treated that way, but you always have to earn respect. You have to know what you're talking about. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to work in places other than where you truly want to be, because you do have to work someplace, and that may not be Toronto, and you may have to work 2 or 3 shifts. You may have to do way more than you thought you wanted, but in so doing, you may find something you had no idea that you were going to love and maybe even be great at. Oh, absolutely. I think that that's a fantastic thing. I mean, there really was nothing. Something like this where you could share your stories and your experiences and your advice would be invaluable.